Welcome back to the layout, everyone. Got quite a bit of an update tonight. I've been out and I've done some shopping. I've gotten quite a few things here, and I'll go through them with you. I apologize, I don't have my little tripod. That has gone missing. I also don't know where my little tripod has gone. That is also missing. So this video might be a little bit shaky, but I'll do my best here. I'm hoping to have the rest of my tripod and a whole bunch of more stable and better produced videos by the end of the week, because I think I have some pretty neat stuff that's going to come. So as you can see, I have some paint brushes, some wiring, some more brushes, a brass brush, some plaster cloth, a dog brush. I've got a couple of decoders here. I have some speakers, another decoder, and some plaster. So that is what I'm going to be working on for the rest of this week, and we'll see how it goes. In addition, I've also made quite a bit of progress on the layout here. I'll show you. Let's see, it's been a busy couple of days here. Let's see here, what do we got? Well, we started here. I taped up the tracks because I'm going to be putting some plaster in here and trying to get the scenery done. But I have experimented around a little bit. I've got a rock here. I put the putty around it and I sort of glued all that in. And I test painted it, and I think that turned out okay. I did a similar thing over here with this rock, sort of on the edge. There we go, that's nicely focused. Looks a little shaky though, so I'll just ease up a bit. Anyway, so there's that rock, and that's been painted. I did an experiment with, I'm going to be using, as I'll explain later in this video, some carving plaster. This is just normal lightweight hydrocal, but you probably can't see it, it's a little fine. Let's see if I zoom in. I really wish it wasn't so hard to focus. Anyway, there's kind of lines there, and that is from a wire brush, and it sort of has strata lines where the the rock gets compressed over time. I also glued, well, didn't glue, I plastered in some of these other rock molds that you guys have been seeing for a while. The lighting's a little weird here. There we go. So those are in. I'm not really happy with how they turned out. I think the plaster castings were fine, although the problem is the putty I was using doesn't take the paint as well as the plaster does. If anyone knows how to fix that or whatever, that'd be great, because right now I have a bunch of rocks, but they're all surrounded by the white that they were painted around. So I could also just go over it with more and more coats and a little bit more precision to balance all that out, but that's a little bit of a pain. So I'm not going to do that if I can avoid it. So one of the things I got today was this carving plaster, which courtesy of, I think, BNSF fan 617 or 647 or something. I'll put it in the description. He was the only person I could find other than Woodland Scenics themselves on YouTube that's used this stuff for its purpose. So I'm going to try this stuff out, and I think it might solve the big problem I'm having with these rocks, where gluing them and cutting them is a pain. And also the putty didn't work. I tried using lightweight hydrocal, but that's also a little bit finicky to work with, but I might play around with it. But ideally, this carving plaster, I'll just mix it all up, and I'll coat this entire wall with about 1/4 to 1/2 inch of this plaster, let it set overnight, and then get to carving it in the morning. And then when it's all done and dry, paint it, and it should ideally look like a big rock wall, kind of like what I was going to go for here. Just without all the molding and the weighting. Just put it all on at once and then go at it, and then it says it accepts liquid pigment, so hopefully that'll work like these little guys. The other thing I might do, if that does work, is use some of this plaster and sort of cover up these cracks and the lighter bits. I don't know if you can see them, but it does kind of look messy, like right in here. That's all white, and that's really white there, because and that's white there, not because I didn't get it with the paint, but just because it doesn't hold as well in the putty as it does on the actual rock. So I might cover that with this and see if that works. If that doesn't work, I'll fill it in with lightweight hydrocal, and hopefully eventually something will make it work here. So moving on, as you see, I've taped up the tracks because I don't want to get goop on it, and as you can see, it has worked well. I also removed this long piece of track here, which for the longest time had been going up there, because this connection was a bit terrible. Unfortunately, when I went out today, I forgot to get another piece of track, so I need to go find a single piece of Code 83 flex track to finish this up, but that's gonna, I'll probably do a video on how I do this track, because I seem to have gotten a pretty good, I've gotten better at it for sure, but I'll put that on there, run it around, and then I'll need to probably get 2 more pieces to take it all the way around and back up to the top. I've also put plaster cloth here, and I've sort of lined this whole edge with plaster cloth because I'm going to try this this carving plaster works over there. I'll probably do it up here too just because that works. So that's that. I have gone around pretty much the whole back here. Let me see if I can get a bit better of a shot for you. I've gone over the whole back over there with plaster cloth in an attempt to better prepare this for finishing. So the track's been off there. I'll be putting that on. I'm going to be putting rocks up there, and once all the plaster's on and I'm happy with the rocks, I'll start putting in foliage. I'm probably going to use a combination of just bushes and grass and coarse turf and some lichens, I guess. I haven't ever used those before. Maybe even some of my little custom sort of trees that I put there. And we'll just see how that all goes. I'm going to put this plaster stuff on tonight, so by the time you're watching this video, it could have been months ago, or it could be drying by the time you see this, and I might be carving it. So we'll see. It is what is it? It's a Tuesday night, so I'm hoping to get all of that plaster on tonight, and then I'll carve it tomorrow, and hopefully get a video up either tomorrow night or Thursday with some of my progress. But really trying to finish this up here. It's fun. I'm getting back into it. I don't know why for a while I sort of was having a little bit of a lull, but now that I'm back into it and I actually see this as being feasible to finish, definitely this carving plaster is a large part of that. So I think it was also I Love SD70ACE 35 or something. I'll put their names in the description. They were both very helpful and offered a number of kind words of support. So that's much appreciated. I thank you for that. And we'll see how this plaster goes. I'm really excited to see what we can do. So I guess that's just about it. Again, here are the things I got. I got a bunch of these little decoders I'll be putting in. They were a great deal, only $15.99. They'll fit in my Kato locomotives, and I'll have one left over as an extra that might fit in an Atlas locomotive, although I might be working on another project with this, with a Conrail -8 that's undecorated, so that'd be kind of neat to work on that. These are the brushes that I'll be using for the carving. This dog brush, if you look up Woodland Scenics, they have a carving tool, and it is almost identical to this thing, but I didn't feel like paying $15 for a carving tool and a paintbrush. This was like 49 cents at Harbor Freight, and this was like $3 at Target. So saved some money there, and we'll see how it all goes. This wire brush is for a little bit finer little strata lines, but I did some testing with it on here, which I think in the right context it looks good. I think it really looks good up there. We'll see. I'm optimistic. I got some speakers, and I got a loksound decoder. I had numerous requests for loksound, so I'll find something to put that in. I have an extra plaster cloth here, so I actually got more than I thought I would need. So we'll see. I got all of this stuff except the brushes and this. I got the decoders, the plaster cloth, and this electronic stuff at MB Klein down in Maryland. So they've always had great prices, and I've always been very pleased with my business with them. So if you're happening to see this, much appreciated. And if you don't work for them, you might find their business to be very beneficial to you. So that's my little two cents on that. Somewhere around here I have a soldering iron that I got. I think it's in a bag down there, because I'm going to try to also work on my BNSF SD70ACE to get that all together. I also need that for my decoders and the speakers and the wiring, as well as the track. So lots of things. And one last little item, which I'm not going to touch on too much in this video, but I'll get to it. I did pick up a BNSF ES44AC from MTH. So that is very exciting. That's actually what the loksound decoder is going to go into. So that I'm hoping to have done this week. It's definitely going to be probably a bit more of a challenge than I'm used to, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. And if it goes well, then maybe I can end up doing it for some other people as well. So this is it for now. I will be working tirelessly for the next foreseeable future on all this stuff, but I'll keep you updated. Feel free to send me any emails or comments with suggestions or questions or whatever. I think that's about it. I do have some locomotives on eBay right now. If you're interested in that, send me an email. But if you just look at my previous video, which you can do by going to my channel, clicking videos, and then sorting by date, you should be able to find that. There are still a few things available. And all that money, all of this that happened today was possible because of recycled things on eBay with selling, decoders, weathering, and also some of the YouTube involvement I've gotten. So that is all much appreciated, and it's literally would not be possible without you guys. So thank you for that, and check up for more progress later.